Classic and other things is Russ Murley. Good morning, Russ. How are you?
Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Yeah. Thanks for being here this morning. It is an annual event. We get to have you on the program and talk about this great event that's happening today.
Yes, it's the 10th Annual Heritage Classic for the Ski Museum, and always a great time. We've got memorabilia on display up at the Base Lodge from 10:30 to 3:30. Got our photograph of people done up in old-timey gear.
Is it a theme? I heard 80s. Is it 80s?
I think it's the 80s theme this year. Yeah. So there should be a lot of neon out there. Of course, unfortunately, I don't fit into any of my 80s stuff anymore, nor do I have it. But if I did, I wouldn't fit into it.
Did you rock a mullet back then?
I did not.
I'm trying to think.
I had a little more hair, but I don't think I could have done a mullet.
No, I don't think you did either.
No. But and then of course down at the Sugarloaf Inn, starting at 4 o'clock, we've got our reception. And then we got the silent auction. And then the live auction, we got all kinds of great things, obviously ski related, but some great memorabilia, and some great packages, some great skis, a lot of other really good things. I always go to this and spend a lot more than I plan on. But come on down. We'll have cash bar. We'll have some tasty treats, appetizers, and again, the live auction will be some. You can come and kind of inspect everything, all the goodies that we have available for both the silent and the live auction, and our auctioneer will light things up with a live auction, I think closer to 5:30.
Oh, good participation. Tell us why the Ski Museum is so important.
Well, our main goal is to preserve the heritage and history of Maine skiing, and that's a big task. There's an awful lot of history in the sport in the state that a lot of people just aren't aware of. There's a lot of people kind of hiding in the sidelines. There's a lot of history that's just not well known, and it's our job to kind of preserve that, both in taking oral histories, collecting a lot of things that may have been pushed to the wayside. Not just photographs, but articles and other artifacts like that. And we've got a new executive director, and she's doing a great job, Teresa Shanahan, down at our Kingfield location. And we're trying to branch out across other places in the state. Our goal is to get a satellite location over in Bethel. We've been reaching out and doing some stuff down in the Mid-Coast area with Camden Snowball. We're going to work on some displays down at Shawnee Peak and other areas. And of course, our outreach programs are ongoing with our curator, Scott Andrews, doing our fireside chats. Just had an event to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Chisholm Ski Club down in Rumford at Black Mountain. I was there yesterday. Skiing was unbelievable, by the way.
Yeah.
And things of that nature. So we've got a lot of projects we're working on, and tonight's event obviously goes to help raise money to support those efforts, not only to maintain our collections, but to do more outreach programs. And one of the things we're doing with the kids now is we've done a couple of things with fourth graders, and they absolutely love hearing about the history of the sport in the state and seeing some of the old pictures of the movie that we produced a couple of years ago, Tree to Ski, about wooden ski manufacturing at the Paris Manufacturing Company back in the 30s and 40s. They look at that and they're just blown away. So we've got a lot of fun and exciting things going on. Of course, it all takes money, and for the young kids, history just doesn't light a fire under them the way it does some of us older folks who have been around for a while and really appreciate the heritage and the history of the sport.
Some of us that remember it.
Right, yeah, exactly. I was riding up here this morning. I recall that it's almost 41 years to the day that I started skiing here, quite accidentally. So it always brings back memories of that winter, February '76.
Did you dig your 210s out to ski on today?
I don't have my 210s anymore. They turned into an Adirondack chair.
I don't think people realize how it used to be a lot more challenging to ski. I mean, the equipment's come a long way, and you can see all that vintage equipment too, and it's always fun to look at.
Yeah, we'll have some stuff up at our display up at the Base Lodge today. 2 or 3 years ago, me and Crusher snapped on some of that old stuff. I was on a pair of skis from like the 1930s. And I got to tell you what, I thought I was going to die just going down behind the Base Lodge on the bunny slope. There's no edge. I have no idea. I have no idea how this sport even took off, because that was death-defying, being on those skis with no edges. The leather boots ruined my feet for weeks. So you really got to tip your hat to the folks who blazed the way in this sport back in the 30s and 40s.
And stuck with it,
Yeah, and then then climbed up mountains like this one right behind us with axes and started cutting trails so they could suffer with those those wooden skis and uncomfortable boots. But
unbelievable.
Yeah, we do have quite a collection. If you haven't been down to our physical location down at Kingfield, it's up above the ski shop, and we've got just an amazing collection of stuff. It's fun to walk in there because first time I walked in there several years ago, I saw the first pair of cross-country skis I ever had there right there. So you go in, and it triggers a lot of memories when you see that gear that you might have skied on 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Jarvins?
No, they were split kinds. They're Splitkins, yeah.
Yeah, too funny. I still have mine. But you know what? It's great to celebrate this classic ski wear today. Hopefully some people will be donning their 80s or their old gear today for the photo at 3.
Yeah.
Is it 3:30?
I think it's 3:30, yeah. Right at the beach, yeah.
Yeah, so you can be part of history too.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. We're going to take and he's going to do a little skiing today, but he's here to help celebrate the Maine Ski Heritage Classic. And Russ, let's talk about the weather here. Now,
sure.
This has been a pretty exciting winter, especially for you, right?
Right. We've had some periods where it hasn't been that exciting. It's been an interesting winter, but we find in these seasons where we're in this particular cycle, kind of in between El Niños and La Niñas, that we get a lot of variability. Now, we haven't had any big thaws, which is good. Some of the storms we thought were going to be rain ended up as more snow and then some freezing rain and stuff like that. We've had a few warm periods, but obviously the last 10 days has been something that we kind of started looking at and talking about in the fall. I knew February was going to probably have some tricks up its sleeve, and it's just been unbelievable. We got lucky, we had the 1-2 punch, and then of course last Saturday we had that little bonus snow in there. So it's been a pretty wild winter, and as we all know, living, working, and playing up here, that March can be one of the best months. Get the longer days, usually the warmer temperatures, sunshine. So what's coming up here is a little bit of, this week's going to be kind of benign, a little quiet. Maybe some very light precipitation events. No storms, at least for the next week or so. It's going to be fairly mild this week, which is going to be great for February vacation. I was up here in February '79 when overnight lows were 30 to 40 below, and it was the mountain was more or less shut down.
Wow!
Wind chills were 100 below up top.
Yeah, that's cold.
And the year after that, February vacation, temperatures were in the 40s and 50s all week. So, but this week's going to be pretty nice. A lot of days in the 30s. The snow's going to be nice and soft. We'll have a little bit of sun, and then I think March is going to get interesting. I think we're going to see another flip in the pattern. We're going to get some cold air involved again here after we get to 1st of March, and I think it's going to be another wild ride. Yeah.
Oh, we're loving it. March used to be the snowiest month. I don't believe that's the case anymore, but it's still a great month.
It certainly is.
The sun shining, and the sun shines all over the mountain in March. Loving the spring skiing.
Yeah, days are getting longer. I mean, the sun we've got out there now is like an October sun, so it's it's getting stronger, and you can definitely feel it on those days. And of course, for those early risers, it's really nice to see some light out there at 6:15 in the morning.
Yeah, for us to have to get up early.
Until the clocks change in a couple of weeks.
Right, exactly. Oh, loving it. Well, good luck with the Ski Heritage Classic today, and of course, get over there and see. It's in the Maple Room where all the displays are, and then of course the photo, and then the silent auction at the inn. Correct?
Yes, starting at 4 o'clock, the reception starts. So we'll have appetizers, cash bar. You can browse all the goodies that we've got up for grabs in the silent auction, and then the live auction follows a little later on, closer to 5, and get some great items up for grabs there, as we do every year. So it's the 10th Annual Heritage Classic to benefit the Ski Museum of Maine. Yeah, 10 years.
10 years.
Stop by, I'll be down there. I'd love to see you.
All right.